Hi everyone, it's Tiffany here with The Crafty Home, and obviously I am filming somewhere different today. This is actually our office, and I'm sitting at my desk and looking out. I have a gorgeous view here. We can see like the city, and we live on a bay, so we can see the bay, and it's really pretty. Anyway, but the only problem is people can look in at the window at me and see what I'm doing. And behind me you see all of my husband's like techie books. But this is, all of that to say, this is my September wrap-up video. I read 11 books in September. So let's get started. That was, no, not 11. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 books in September. The reason I said 11 is because that is my goal. For the next 3 months, I need to read 11 books a month in order to meet my 100 books this year goal. So that's why 11 was stuck in my head. So I read that at the end of the month. I'm going to kind of start with where I started this month. The first book I read this month is Undetected by Dee Henderson. And I was really excited about this. It's like a military book, and so I was expecting lots of action, you know? I was expecting really good things, and it's thick, and usually a book that's thick really intrigues me, because, not too thick, but you know, thick, because usually it has a really developed storyline. That, however, was not the case with this book, unfortunately. It ended up being more romance and more, one of the main characters develops sonar technology. She's a genius, and she does like sonar technology and stuff for the Navy. And there was quite a bit of her doing that, but not enough to really make you interested. And the guy works on a sub, so you'd think, okay, that sounds exciting. And there really wasn't any adventure or exciting, thrilling parts until the end of the book. And even then, it wasn't very much. So, and not my favorite book. I'd say like 2 out of 5 stars, unfortunately. And I wanted to like it so bad. And then I read, sorry, I have to think. Then I read a couple of books that I really was looking forward to, or not looking forward to, sorry, a couple of nonfiction books that I really needed to read for reviews. And one of them is No Orphans, Mobilizing the Church for Global Orphanology. Sorry, you can hear my kids in the background. And this one, I'm not going to do a video review of it. I'm just going to write a review on my blog. But it felt like he could have said so much more. And it's a short book, but the first chapter, I kind of got what he was trying to say. He bogged it down with a lot of statistics and stuff, and it was like the author himself didn't really have much to say. And he could have really compelled you with stories of orphans and really developed some stories, not fake stories, but you know, real stories of how churches are effectively reaching the orphan community. But unfortunately, he did not do that. So I'd say like 1. I think I may have only gave it half a star on Book Likes, actually. And then the next book is Angels in the Fire by Dan Stadler. Oh, sorry, No Orphans was written by Rick Morton. Not that you're really going to want to pick it up because it was boring. But this is Angels in the Fire. This is the dramatic true story of an impossible rescue. So this is a true story, if I didn't already say that. I think I did. A drunk driver hits them head on going the wrong way on the highway, and it's the story of them miraculously making it through. It was really interesting. Do I think it could have been better written? Yes. But the story itself is interesting and amazing, all that God did. And they talk about angels and the people seeing angels, and I don't know, I studied angels in college, but it's been a long time since I've kind of revisited that bit of my theology training. However, it was good, and you do see God working through them, and you know, bad things kept happening, but they kept talking about how much they relied on God and trusted God. And for that, I really enjoyed this. But I still think I only gave it 3 out of 5 stars just because it was good, but it wasn't like knock your socks off good. But I'm kind of like that with nonfiction anyway. The next one I read was Sweet Sanctuary by Kim Vogel Sawyer. All of the ones I've showed you so far were sent to me for review. Obviously I could share my true opinion because I have already, but yeah, so this one I'm thinking I'm going to do a video review on, so I'm not going to say too much about it, but it is about a woman who is trying to provide sanctuary for her son, hence Sweet Sanctuary, and how that doesn't end up working out so well, and just it's a really good story. Watch for the review video. I haven't done it yet, but watch for it. It'll be coming soon. Then I read When Jesus Wept by Bodhi and Brock Thone, and I have no idea if I'm saying their last names right. They have been favorite authors of mine for a long time, ever since the Zion Chronicles. They actually had the Zion Chronicles, and that may even be one of the middle series, but there's like 2 or 3 series, kind of, they're separated, but they're all basically the same. They're about World War II, and they're fantastic. They're so good. I love them, and I need to reread them again. So I was really excited when this came up for review, and I did really enjoy it. It's starting of the Jerusalem Chronicles, and so they're biblical historical fiction, which I love that genre. And this is When Jesus Wept, and it's the story of Lazarus, and it was really good. I'd say 3.5 to 4 stars. Not as good as their other works, but still really well done, and I love this genre, and I would really recommend this book. I don't know if I'll do a video review of this or not, actually. Alright, and then the last one that I was sent for review is The Sea House by Elizabeth Gifford, and I was sent this from LitFuse, which is like a Christian blog touring company. But this book, while the author has written another book that was more explicitly Christian, this one was not. Just for those of you who want to know that ahead of time, there was the F word, I think, was used twice. I think that was it. And other than that, you know, it was fine. It was actually, I thought it was really good. I would give it 3.5 stars. It's a story of a woman who is haunted by the things in her past, and how she comes to grips with that and kind of comes out of that anxiety and depression and such. And it's written really well from seeing inside her perspective. So inside the lens or the eye of somebody who is struggling with a mental illness. So I thought that was really good and really well done. And then after I had finished all those that had been sitting there for review for a while, most of them, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, I decided to treat myself, because I was like, you know what, I bought these last month, so they will go in a haul video that you'll see shortly. I was like, you know what, I've been wanting to read these for a year or more, and it was time. So it's the Lunar Chronicles. I was so excited. Obviously I started with Cinder, so I read Cinder and Scarlet and Cress. And I have pre-ordered Fairest, which is kind of like a spin-off, I think. It's not technically part of the quad, whatever you call a quad of books, 4 books in a series. But the Fairest is about Queen Lavanna, I think is how you say it, I don't know. And as soon as I can pre-order Winter, I will, because I need to know how it ends. And I kind of hate reading series as they're coming out, especially series like this, because I'm like, oh, I want to know what's happening. But if you don't know about these, it's like a futuristic retelling of fairy tales. So obviously this one is Cinderella, and she's part cyborg. And then this one is Scarlet, and it's Little Red Riding Hood. And Cress is about based off of Rapunzel, but it's not, she kind of makes references to it, but it's not strict like retelling, and all of the books intertwine. So Cinder is in Scarlet, and Scarlet and Cinder are in the next one. You know, it's a continuous story. So I am going to try to do like a book discussion or a book review about those soon too. So that is all of the books. Let's see if I can stack them up. All of the books that I read in September. I'm proud of myself. That's quite a few for me, but I'm going to have to pick it up a notch for the next one. So I will chat with y'all later. Bye!